really slow. Fix it for next time. Hello, everybody! Yes, you caught me relaxing. Ryan scared the absolute crap out of me by starting the video early. And I was just, you know, hanging out, chilling, and he does that. So I apologise for him catching me doing that. How are we all tonight? Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Oh, I'm sorry. I started in the middle of the Big Brother Grand Final.
Oh no.
I don't watch telly. I don't know. Although, Shorty, if you can keep us updated on who wins, because I don't watch it. I don't care. But I wouldn't. There is someone that I would like to win. So yeah. Anyway, definitely, Denise. The logo is tired. It needs to be fastened. Ryan did it a bit slow, but that's all right. He'll fix it for next month. He'll fix it for August. So we'll say a little bit of a hello to Denise, to Kath, to Elise, to Caroline, to the other Caroline, to Lani, to Shorty. No, it's not footy. No, exactly. It's not footy. But the person who I want to win is a footy player or an ex-footy player. So that kind of gives it away. I only know he's in the final. That's the only one I know. Anyway, hi. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I much appreciate it. It's Wednesday because it means I get off football night, which is soon to not exist, the non-football night. So that'll be fun. We'll have fun trying to squeeze August in. But we'll get to that when we get to that. No great rush. We'll find a time. But yeah, I just thought we'd hang out tonight. I actually don't have a damn thing to show you. I didn't forget that it was on. I just forgot. It just sort of snuck up on me. Work's been a bit mental the last couple of weeks, as you guys, if anyone who follows AFL will know, we're about to go into a fixture block where there's 33 games in 20 days or something like that. So we're kind of ramping up for that. So I kind of got lost in that instead of paying attention to what date it was. And then Ryan said, are you sure that the live isn't tonight? And I was like, oh, yeah, it is. Whoops. I forgot. I did forget. So I don't have anything in particular to show you other than a memory decks card and a birthday card that I have just finished making. But I figured I'd still come on and have a chat with you, and even if this is just a shorter one for this month, I think that's okay. But I just wanted to come on and hang out with you and say hi and see what all you guys are doing, more than maybe what I'm doing. Yes, Dan is the footy player, Denise, so he's the one I'd like to win, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. So, other things I can tell you, show you, before we kind of get into the two little cards. I don't remember if they were up last month, but I now have three washi things, although, you know, none of the bottom two are full yet, so it's only the top one that's actually got washi in it, but that's coming. Kath has asked, what's the last Kiki K planner I bought? I think it's this one. Which is, whoa, sorry, I know this is a really horrible shot of me, but I think it's this one. I think this was the last one I bought, which I bought to organise the house, and we actually probably didn't end up using it as much as I wanted to, but I think this was the last one I actually bought. So it's this gorgeous latte one, which I still love this so much. I'm very glad I got it. I just wish I had actually used it, because that would have been, you know, better and all. But that probably was the last one, Kath. Good question. Hold on.
A couple since, but you gave them away.
Yeah, I have had, as Ryan just said, I've had a couple since, but I gave them away.
Yeah, you got the ones from Kiki.
Like I got this one. I think that one was recently, and that one I haven't actually done anything with yet. Maybe this one actually. This might be the last one I got. Might have been this cutie, and I love this one. This one's actually one of my absolute favourites. I adore that one. That's a really good one. But yeah, just with, I guess I haven't needed another planner. I obviously have thousands now, so I haven't needed another one. So I kind of haven't been keeping an eye on them, although I probably should have, you know, with with all their sales and everything, but I was very good. I restrained myself through all the sales. I decided I actually had 90% of what they had on sale, so I decided not to get any. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. I was going to say I'll show you some of my favourites, but that's what my favourites are for, so let's not do that. Because I was going to show you this, because I'm just flat out, I thought I pulled cords out. I'm flat out loving this at the moment. This is the Lime and Mortar reusable sticker book. I've been using that basically every week, so that's sort of one of my favourites. I will show you the memory decks card and the birthday card that I've just been working on. So there's this one, which I'll hold up to the camera because that's a bit easier. This was kind of like, if you remember the nature lover one that I did. Oh, thankfully it's right there. This is what I love about my office. Everything's within reaching distance. So I made this one that I made on camera for you guys. So it's got the gold foiling on the back. This was the reverse. So I used some Distress Resist spray to make the reverse stick. So you can kind of see that in the background with the outline of the leaves. But it was a little much when you kind of had it all on the one sheet. So I cut it into strips and put the brown behind it so that it kind of broke that up a bit and it wasn't quite so much. And then I just stuck some die cuts and stuff on it. And then there was this picture that was from the, I took that at the Melbourne Zoo last year, and I just wrote a little bit on the inside as like an actual memory kind of keeping thing. So there was that one. No, that doesn't live in there, that lives over there. And then just for anyone that didn't see this one on Instagram, because I love this one, but Instagram didn't give it justice to see what it could do. So the theme here was the thing you can't live without, which for me is footy. But the footy actually spins. I don't know if it'll act well. It does spin, but it's not doing a good job of spinning at the moment. It does actually spin all the way around, but there you go. Here you can kind of see it. But it kind of moves towards the sticks, which I think is kind of fun. And I really liked making that one. And it was a lot of fun. It was hard work because I couldn't quite get it to do what I wanted it to do, but I made it work in the end. So I'm fallen behind again with the Memory Decks challenge. I had caught up. I was right up to date, and then I haven't made one for probably the last 3 weeks, so I'm a little bit behind. So I will catch up at some point. I'll, take a couple of days and craft like crazy. It was actually funny. A couple of weeks ago, I made... So July and August are probably the busiest couple of months in my family for birthdays. So I had... How many do I have? This is my little list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7 cards to make for July, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, plus a card swap card to make for August. I reckon I made all but one of those cards for July on one day. I just had one day where I just knocked them all out. Maybe it was 2. So I'm hoping I've made one, which I'm going to show you in a second, for August, but then I have a bunch of others that I need to make. So there's this one. So I've taken to asking my friends whose birthdays are coming up what kind of card they'd like. So for example, I didn't ask but for my my cousin's husband, he like really into music, so I made him a guitar card. For one of my friends, she really loves llamas, so I made her a llama review wheel card. So I've kind of tried to pick things for them that I thought they'd really like. And my mum, I asked her and I said, what would you like? And she said, I'd like something with daisies on it. So I've just finished making this. So you guys have to tell me what you think. So I'm going to try and hold it up straight.
Put it on the desk.
I don't know. Hold on, we'll put it on the desk and Ryan will do the zoom in. There we go. So you've got the daisies there, and then you've got the sequins all around it just to kind of make it a little bit more, not colourful, because there's definitely not a lot of colours there, but just to give it a bit of something extra. And then I've recently got my hands on some glossy accents, which I'm starting to play with to see if I can learn how to use those. There's a couple of those little dots on there as well, which I don't know if you can see. Pretty subtle. But just for something different. I don't do cards like this particularly often, like the really plain ones. And these are just using Planners Anonymous stamps that I just masked off and just coloured with a little bit of Copics. There's yellow there obviously for the middle, and then just a little bit of grey on the background. So there was that one. That was pretty simple, but I liked it. I liked it. It is hard to keep up sometimes, Caroline, especially when you've got things to do, like your kids are back at school or I've got work to do. That is a little bit difficult, but I think the bonus of those memory decks challenges, or any kind of challenge, is that there's no time limit to it. You don't have to do it within the next couple of days. You can just do it. You can do it by the end of the year. It doesn't even matter. You can do it whenever you like. But yeah, I really like the challenge for that reason. So at the moment, like, I've got my card swap group, which I think I have spoken to you guys about before, but there's a little Plum Mashable card swap group. And the theme for the next one is Winter Wonderland, and I got a message from one of the girls who's doing it today, and she goes, "Oh, I've just sent my card," and I'm like, "I haven't even started it. What are you doing, woman?" So it's I've got to do a Winter Wonderland card, which is going to be a lot of fun actually, because I've got lots of wintry kind of stamps in here that are perfect for like a winter Christmas, but of course we don't have Christmas in winter, so I'm going to enjoy using them for a non-Christmas winter card, if that makes sense. Alright, we've been going for 5 minutes and I've officially run out of things to show you. Seriously, I was looking around my room before I, sat here and just looked really calm like you guys saw. I was wandering around going, okay, what can I show them? Because I don't have anything. I haven't bought particularly much lately. Yeah, that's its video on its own. That's coming. I did buy, Ryan was just telling me the only thing I have bought, which is I bought some, I will show you. Hold on. They're over here. I bought these from Kmart. These are watercolor brush pens. I'm going to do a whole video on these because I have a bit of a plan. But they're kind of, and I don't have any of these other than one now that I've just bought. I think they're supposed to be like the real techniques. I don't know what they're called. Wait a minute. The Zig Clean Color Real Brush Pens. I think that's what they're supposed to be like. They're supposed to be like a rip-off of those, which is, I think this was $6, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. I'm just playing with them a little bit so that I can show you guys what they can do, because they're actually pretty good. They're not bad for $6. Not bad. But that'll be a video that comes up next week, so don't fear, that will not be too far away. Ryan's just giving you guys a bit of a sneaky peek on what's coming. So I'm so underprepared tonight. I'm so sorry. What else have I been doing, or what else have I been buying? Has there been anything? Like, I made a lot of those cards, and those cards that I made for everybody's birthdays, a lot of them I didn't make on camera because I was obviously doing like chunks, like chunking them out all at once. But I did take photos of everything, so they will be coming up on my Instagram. So I'm pretty sure all of you guys, do follow me on Instagram. But if you don't, make sure you check that out, because all those pictures will be up there. What went up on Instagram today? There was the picture of today's video. Oh, the duck card. Yep. And then there was the washi from this morning. So I think I kind of try and make sure there's not like 2 days in a row where there's a card unless I have to. So I think the next one goes up on Saturday. There might be a picture of the llama card on Saturday, because I'm pretty sure the guitar one's already gone up. I really like that guitar one actually. I didn't use any stamps for that one. Well, I just used letter stamps, but I didn't actually use any stamps or dies with that, which was the first time I've done that. So yeah. Kimberly, they're not difficult to use, but I have found the easiest way to use them is to actually add something else to them. So I'll show you that in the video. I don't know when, pardon me, I don't know when that's going up. Let's have a look. It'll probably be Monday. I haven't filmed it yet, but probably on Monday or Wednesday. Won't be on Friday because that's favourites. So we're getting towards that, but yeah, probably Wednesday or Monday. We have a lot of filming to do in the next couple of days, which I don't quite know how I'm going to do, but I'm going to get through it. I will. I promise I will. I'm going to say a lot tonight. I'm very unorganised, I know. If you guys have questions or comments or things you want to see, please chuck them at me tonight because I'm going to need your help. The only other thing I have bought. I did buy a lot recently. What did I buy?
Stamps.
Oh yeah, I bought all the stamps. I finally got my mermaid stamps. That's something I did get. I was really happy about that. Trish, I bought them a long time ago, but Trish had them on back order, so they were coming. I have got this one now. This is a sand eraser. It's supposed to be good for getting off ink stains when you accidentally smudge or something on your little stamping image. Haven't had a good chance to play with this yet to actually give it a good review, but it's a good eraser. It gets stuff off. But yeah, I'm interested to give that a real shot. And then of course I got the glossy accents. Any happy mail on the way? Kath, no. I've been a very good girl recently and not spent too much money, which is not a lot of fun. It's not fun not spending money, but I've been a good girl. I got some new Copics. I got a couple of new Copics from Dawn. I have got, now it's not here and it's not coming, and I haven't actually officially got it yet. But Lawn Fawn did a collaboration with Ellen Hudson, which is a store over in the States, and it's an exclusive summertime one. I think it's called something about s'mores, and it's got this really cute little fox and a little owl, and they're having like a campfire, and I saw it and I fell so hard in love with it. So Dawn's getting that one for me and for a couple of other people, so I'm very excited to get that. That'll be coming eventually, and I have a really good idea when that does come for a light up card, because I want to play with a couple more light up cards. Hey Esther, I did see you. Kath, I got this I got it off eBay. I couldn't find it. I could find it in Eckersley's, because we're not allowed to go out at the moment. Like, I think it was like $13 or something on Eckersley's. Because we can't go out at the moment. It's going to cost me $20 in postage, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I couldn't get it from anywhere nearby without having to go out, or without having to pay $20 postage. Whereas this one from eBay, I got this, and I got my brush marker. I think I got both of them for like $20, and that included postage. So that was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. And I think it was from a shop called Manga Art Supplies. If you look for that on YouTube, it's actually in Melbourne, so it was pretty easy to get, which helped a lot. Hey Margaret! I'm out of breath again. Why am I always out of breath when I do these lives? What else can I tell you? So, the other cards I made it, oh my goodness. You guys wait until you see the card that I made for and I can tell you about it because A, they don't watch my videos, but B, she's already opened it, so I know she's already seen it. So I won't tell you about it any more than this one because everybody else hasn't seen theirs yet. But I made my stepmom this really cute little pop-up box card. So one like this, but it had the unicorns from Unicorn Picnic from Lawn Fawn. So they had like clouds on there, and it had all the fairies like sticking up like this little seagull does. Very, very cute, very, very fun, and I love it. It was probably not my favourite one that I made, but it was a big favourite. Shorty, do you think you will use any other planners that I have on my shelf? It's not that I won't use them. It's just more I so love where I am. So, for the Kiki K ones, because I'm looking at them as I'm talking to you, the Kiki K ones I think I could use for projects. So, I've got like the rose gold spotty one. I could use that for a project, or I could use something else for a project. And then I've got all the PA TNs as well, and I rotate through those. So at the moment for winter, for my social media planner, I'm in my Northern Lights melody. You guys tell me if I've shown you through July in this. I don't remember if I did, so I can show you through July. But then I flick over to these every 3 months. So this one will have August in it, and then in September I'll move into another one, which will probably be Books and Botanicals. Although I have, if I get the Go Wild / Celebrate TN, that'll probably be summer, because that's really bright summer colours, and I think that would be really good for summer. So I'll think about that. When the zombie planner apocalypse comes, I've got plenty of planners to feed them, although I don't know what I'd feed them first. That would be really hard if I had to decide which planner I was going to give them to get them to not eat me. There's too many to choose from. Too many to choose from to pick which one I would give them first. I am actually secretly happy that the planner markets aren't happening this year, because whenever I go to the planner markets, I always come home with a planner and I don't know why, because I don't ever use it. So it's a whole big mind over matter thing. So at least I know I won't come home with a planner this year. But the downside is I also can't help Trish out by giving her all my money at Planner Day, which is what I do every other year. So yeah, I'm really sad the planner markets aren't happening. Do you know what I'm actually sadder about? And Denise will say this too. This week would have been Planner Jam, which is really sad that that's not happening, because I was so looking forward to that. That was going to be really cool. I only use the only Kiki K one I use regularly is this baby. This is I can't come out of this anymore. It's just whenever I need to think about something or do something, I just head straight here. It's just my organize my life place. I just realized these were in the wrong spot, so I thought I'd move them while I was here. The other funny thing I'll show you, so when I was getting everything out of the planner for, sorry, I'll put this here so you guys can kind of see. Right, I'll go to the overhead shot. When I was going through this, taking out everything for the video I did on Wednesday, I noticed that I had this Chasing Planner piece insert that was like things in that I will do more of or less of, or 20 things to do in 2020, and I didn't end up filling it out because I reckon I got this in January. It would have been very close to January if it wasn't. And so by the time I sat down to work out what was my plans for the whole 2020, COVID hit, and there was no reason to think to do anything. Like, I had plenty of things that I wanted to do in 2020, but unfortunately none of them are going to happen. But that's all right. We'll survive. We've got our little, I know Denise has them, and Ryan and I have some now, so I hope all my other Victorian friends have got your masks ready to go, because that's the big thing that's coming tomorrow. So that'll be exciting. That'll be exciting. But I do love when I've taken everything out of my planner how much skinnier she feels, because it was seriously like chunked all the way out here before. So it's nice now to have a little bit of room in here. Not that I'm carrying it anywhere, but it makes it a bit easier to move around. Okay, more questions. I like when you guys ask questions. The bullet journal thing, Esther, I couldn't get to bullet journaling as such. Sorry, I'm going to go above my head again. I couldn't go to bullet journaling as such, but I do really enjoy this. This is, when I get this at the start of every month, this is just a blank page, and I write out or draw out my monthly view however I see fit. And these do change just a little bit. You can see all the birthdays that are coming up in August. They do change just a little bit, but most of the time they stay very similar, and I just change up what's in these boxes, or sometimes nothing's in these boxes. So for July, yeah, nothing was in these boxes. So it just depends on what's going on and how it's working. But yeah, I like that style, that plain style that I can kind of just do whatever I like, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I have to get a replacement set of rings for a medium sweet Kiki K that I got for free. Any suggestions on where to order? Just order from eBay. We did buy some rings at some point. Medium sweet Kiki K. So is that this size, Kath? Let me know if it is, because I have some rings. I'll measure them for you and tell you if they're the right size. And if they're the right size, I might even send them to you, because I don't use them. So that makes more sense. Send me a DM or message on Facebook. And as Denise said, So Says You has rings. So that might be an Australian place you can get them. That's not as complicated. My A5 Van Scout planner hardware rusted completely. Oh no! Esther, what you might be able to... You might be able to find a way to install them. Chicago screws to install them. I don't even... What are Chicago screws? I don't even know what they are. That's horrible of me. I assume that's the little round things. Sorry, thank you, Ryan. The little round things in the middle here. Those are similar to the melody rings. I'm trying to think of a way that you could put these in if you didn't. I'm not sure. I'd have to destroy a planner and see if I could put it back together again to kind of know how they would work, or if you could get them to work. I know I've done a way that I can get rings in a string planner before, but I've never tried to get them like rings back in a ring planner before. So that could be an interesting experiment. Do I have a planner I want to destroy? No, I really don't. I like all my planners. Yeah, replace them, but they screw instead of rivet. Okay. You have to put a hole on the outside. Could you put a hole through just the material but not the leather? Because that would, yeah, that'd be like the melody. So that might work.
Yeah, but no.
Because the holes would already be there.
Yeah, but the fastener's behind the cardboard that's in there.
Righto.
And to
Righto.
replace that, you'd have to pull it apart completely and restitch it up, or just put a hole through all the way.
If they're not the right colour, Kath, you could always just paint them or spray paint them. But check out what So Says You has, because she might have exactly what you need, because Denise is generally onto things. Brushes or blending tool for distress oxide, says Caroline. My natural habitat is the brushes. I like the brushes better. However, if you saw today's video, you'll see that I didn't do a very good job of putting the ink through the stencil. That didn't work so well with the brush. It wasn't, the bristles just didn't quite work. So that I used a blending tool, and I am enjoying using blending tools a little bit more. I think it comes down to what kind of blend I want. If I want a really, so hold on, what have I got here? Thankfully I use my distress oxides on basically everything. If I want like a really deep kind of colour where I just sort of chuck it all on, that was, I think I used a blending tool for that. And that works really well because it gets the really deep colour on it. If I want more of a blend where it's a little bit more subtle, and I know these don't look completely different, but they really were. Oh, here we go. This is a much more subtle one. If I want something a little bit more subtle, like when I do the clouds, and they're a little bit lighter and I can go light and dark, that's where I play with the brushes. That's where the brushes come into it, because they are so much better for controlling the amount, I find, for me, and this is, I'm sure other people are much better at using the brushes, the blending tools than I am. I can't get a nice fade with the blending tools, but I can get a really nice fade with the brushes. So I have brushes. I have my Tailored Expressions brushes, and then I've got a whole big cup full of makeup style brushes that are very similar to the Tailored Expressions, but just not coloured, that I got off of AliExpress, eBay? AliExpress, one or the other. And they do a decent job. Like, I got the Tailored and I love the Tailored and I'll stay with them forever. But if you're on a budget, you can't afford the Tailored Expressions one, then the makeup ones are actually pretty good. The Tim Holtz blending tool will work for you though. I don't know yet if we can get them in Australia. I haven't seen them anywhere. But they've now got the domed foam brushes. So the Tim Holtz ones are flat. This one's got a dome on it. Apparently that helps with the blending. So I want to try those. At the moment I think they're only available from scrapbook.com, and I don't want to pay the postage. Although I did see that the Aussie dollar hit a high yesterday. So I might ask Ryan if I can do a scrapbook.com order. He's buying something from the States, I can too. Esther, where did I get my blending brushes from? So, because I can reach them. These are my ones that I got from AliExpress or eBay, one or the other. I'll try and find the link. So they're all of these ones, these kind of smally kind of ones. I did buy 12 on purpose or something like that. These ones are actually a little bit too small, just a little. And then this one that I got from Kmart is actually just a little bit too big. So that was sort of my issue. This one was too big, these ones were too small. Whereas these ones from Tailored Expressions are exactly the right size. They're just a little bit smaller. Sorry. There you go. You can see all three. Just a little bit smaller. So Ryan, if you go to the overhead, might be easier to see. You can kind of see the difference in sizes. So I have 4 different sizes of brush here. I've got the big one from Kmart, the Tailored Expressions, that one from AliExpress, and then I have a little one that also came from Kmart. That's this one here. That if I do need just something to get in just really, really close, I can use this one, and it's good to have a small one, but I definitely don't need more than one. The Tailored Expressions ones I got from Arts and Crafts Supplies. Art and Craft Supply. I don't know what it is. I'll put it. Hold on. I'll type it in the box, and then you guys can check it out. So thankfully I have it on my favourites list, so it's very easy to find. Come on, paste. Doesn't want to do it. There you go. artsandcraftsupply.shop. I got my Tailored Expressions one from there. They were $77.50 for the 10 brushes, and they come in the different clouds. I just saw Caroline's message with the cloud stencil. So that was for all 10 brushes, and they all come coloured. And then I just paid a little bit extra. I think it was an extra $30 for the spinning carousel to sort of keep them in. But a cup like this works fine. The only downside is that somewhere along the line I got green ink on my wall because they sit up against my wall. So I've got to work out how to get green ink off my wall. I'll get to it eventually. About to find out the winner of Big Brother. I'm excited on your behalf, Shorty. I am excited. I'd be interested to know, but I didn't realise it was on tonight. Why are they doing the finale on a Wednesday? Don't they usually do finales on Fridays or Mondays or Sundays? It's been so long since I've watched TV, I've forgotten what it is. So there we go. We just talked about blending brushes for 20 minutes. I'm glad you got your cloud stencil finally, Caroline. I love that cloud stencil. The only thing now that I'm finding frustrating is I'm doing more slimline cards. And of course that doesn't go the whole way along my slimline when I'm doing it that way. When you're doing it that way. When you're doing it that way, it's obviously fine. But I haven't actually used them yet, and I'm really annoyed at myself. I have not yet used the new Ocean Wave stencils from Lawn Fawn. I've meant to. It's on the list. So the cards that I need to make in the next couple, I'm going to make a bunch tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be my big card making day. So I've got to make a card for one of our friends who I'm going to make him one with the car critters, and I'm going to make his a review wheel with the little car critters that change. So thankfully I have these all planned out. Desley's getting some unicorns because Desley just needs unicorns, and she knows that already. And then Ryan's getting something that I'm not saying out loud because then he'll hear. And then my Auntie Pan's getting something, and then Kylie's getting something, and then a card swap's getting something, and on one of those I will be using the ocean stencils. On one of those I will be using the ocean stencils, but I'm not telling you which one yet. What is my favourite pen to use? That is the best question ever. Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm writing in my planner, it's these ones, and preferably not those 3 green colours, but those ones, or no, not that one. Come here. It's just sneaking to the back of my caddy. Come here, there we go. So I either use the fine liners or I use the broad liners. These are all by Staedtler. These are their Triplex ones. I love these. I use them. I have every colour. I have the broad liners in every colour I think they come in. Absolutely adore these pens. They're my favourite to use in my planner. I also have these little babies, which are my Unipin water and fade proof pigment ink ones, and I use these a lot with my Copics because they don't bleed. So if you saw the duck card that I did today, I use that in those to kind of do the neck on the duck. So they are bleed proof, so that they're really good. I have a lot of the Kikki K pens. I think they're beautiful. I have a lot of specialty pens, so I've got like glaze pens and glitter pens and stuff like that. All my Planners Anonymous ones live up here, so if I ever need a ballpoint pen in like 2 seconds, I just go straight here. I reckon I could go about pens forever. I love pens. Full stop. Thank you, Margaret. I don't know if they're works of art, but I do love making them. I swear I get more joy out of making them than I do out of giving them. Like, I'm fine to give them, and it just means I get to play with my stuff, which I don't get to do quite as often. I found the last probably month I haven't had as much time to play because it's been just so busy. But when I do get a chance to play, and I said to Ryan, we need to get elves who can come in here and clean my office in between projects, because I have way too much stuff. It just goes everywhere. But once I'm going, I find it a lot of fun. Esther, do I store my Tombos vertical or horizontal? I currently store them vertically. I'm hoping when I get my new Coldcraft units that I will put them horizontally with my Copics. I've never found any problem with them sitting vertically. To me, they've always worked fine.
You don't use them that often.
I don't use them that often, that's true, Ryan. But I've never had a problem with anything that they do not working because they've been stored vertically. However, like I said, when the new Coldcraft units come, they have been specifically designed so I can put these in there as well and put them horizontal, because I do store my Copics horizontally, and I'm really careful about where I store my Copics, because I don't want to put them in on any kind of angle that makes the ink run one way or the other. I have new pens on the way from Desley. What kind of pens are coming from Desley? Okay, have I missed something? Have I not been paying attention? I've seen some of her, I'm getting excited about some of her new bits and pieces. Desley's going to start selling stuff that have her gorgeous photos on it, and I am going to be in on that, because that's just, her stuff is beautiful. As long as she can have something that's not pink. Just one thing that's not pink. Because otherwise I can't do that. I can't have too much that's pink. But yeah, when Desley gets her shop up and running, you guys have to check it out, because it's going to be amazing. Amazing. I'm going to start wrapping this up. I know when I say that we usually go for another 20 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. Micro perm pens. I have never ever heard of a micro perm pen. So hold on. I will look that up because I am interested in that. See? Planners and all pens. I did a little bit, for vinyl stickers. And of course, Denise, you're into your vinyl stickers at the moment. I did do a slight rejig of my little pegboard thing, which I need to do another one of because it's not quite working. And again, when I've got my Coldcraft units, I'm going to sort of redo this. It works for 99.9% of everything I do. It works absolutely perfectly, but just every once in a while something's not in the right spot. Drives me a bit mental, so I need to fix it. But generally speaking, the office is fantastic. I love working in here. I have actually moved in here, permanently. I feel like I live in here because I've always got, I've got work on basically every day. So I sit in this room probably more often than anywhere else. But the really good thing about it is I love it so much. It's such a happy place. It's such a calm place. So it works. It does work. And my chair makes a lot of noise, so that's okay. All right, last call for questions, comments, anything like that. I haven't got my PA Celebrate kit yet, so I'm guessing that video is probably going to be held over now until the start of August, just because I know if I haven't got shipping notification by now, it probably won't get here until at least next Thursday, which means it misses deadline to get put up on Friday. So I'm not sure when that's coming. I'm sure it won't be far away though. But that'll obviously go up as soon as I can. I'll double check in with Sammy and see how that goes. Oh, I haven't shown July in my social media planner. I thought I did that last month, but if you say I didn't, Shorty, I'll show it really quickly now. So you guys have seen before, Ryan, overhead please. You guys have seen before that I've moved into my Melody. So for June I used Northern Lights, so I had the gorgeous sort of Northern Lights set up, and I just used one kit for each time. I think I did have someone, now where is it? Caroline has asked me to show how I decorate these in a video. That actually might, it's on my list, so it actually might pop up next week. I might use that as a video because I haven't done that before. It might take a little while, but it wouldn't be a bad one. So I had the little title page that had the gorgeous scarf. That was just an actual piece of paper that I just added a couple of snowflakes to, and then just put a little bit of foam tape behind the snowboard girl so she had a bit of dimension. And then I have my monthly spread. I'm hiding everything so you can't see what's coming. Not that I know what's coming, but anyway. And then I had a blank page, so I made this up. This was with some, it kind of didn't work the way I wanted it to, but so it was a ink blended background, and then I stamped out, if you remember back to the Alpine stamp set, there were like all the little silhouettes, so I stamped them in and then left them in black, and then I flicked the mink distress spray, not distress spray, the mink spray. I flicked that all over this. Now it didn't quite work because it kind of did all over, which I think the ink was still wet. I think that was the problem. But it did do the little splotches, which is what I wanted, but it just gave me a bit too much. But anyway, so then we had just the simple one. I always try and add in just a little bit of washi tape if I have to. So this one I just added in some green. Do I free draw all your pages, i.e. weekly and monthly, or that inserts from a shop? These ones are all inserts that come with the Northern Lights planner from PA. So this next month, so if I move into this one, these are all blank. So I just decorate them up however I like. I could free draw these. I just find that these are actually working really, really well. So that's why I stick with the blank ones. That just makes life a little bit easier. But I will stick with, I already have made the decision on what I'm doing for next year. I'm sticking with the inserts I have from Aussie Planner Chick. They're absolutely fantastic. They're exactly what I want. And I love the way that they sit. So I'm going to continue using those into 2021. I was thinking about it the other day if I'm going to change them, and I decided not to. So I stamped out a bunch of snowflakes on the top here and actually coloured them in using Copics. They did bleed through, but because I had solid paper on the top and then again on the top of this one, you don't really notice the bleed, so that kind of worked really well. You can tell I've been really great at keeping up to date with this. I've got to do it tomorrow. The box didn't quite fit, so I just added a little bit of washi tape behind it. And then I just cover the dates up because these dates run, the only thing that is in these inserts is the days. So it runs Monday to Sunday. And for my YouTube, I run Sunday to Saturday. So I just put dates. These are Oscar and Lou ones that I just stick over the top, which solves the problem. And then these ones, I think this is my favourite. You can't zoom any further, can you, Ryan? So I'm going to hope that Ryan can zoom in a bit more. I want to show you these snowflakes. There we go. So what I did was I got the 3 colours of ink that I was using. So I think it was cracked pistachio, broken china, and chipped sapphire. And I'd put my stamps across all 3 inks, ink them up, and then stamp them down. So I got this kind of ombre from the green to the blue for each of the little snowflakes. And I think they turned out so beautifully. Like, I know we don't get snow here in, well, hold on. We do get snow here in Australia, but we get it so, like in such sparing places. I've never actually seen real snow. But I love the idea of snow. So I really wanted to grab that especially for a month where I can't actually go out anyway. I was really excited to use that. And that was the snowflakes are kisses from the sky, that quote there that fit in really nicely. So that was how I set up July? Yes. So I need to set up August. So what I'm going to do is I will make that a video for next week. So I'll put that on the list and I'll do that for Caroline. And Caroline, considering you suggested it, you can pick the kit. So if you tell me which of my PA kits, keeping in mind I have all of them, pick which one you want to see. Preferably not Northern Lights or Alpine because I've just used them. But if you want to pick a kit, let me know. I had intentions, and I can tell you this because it doesn't really matter that Ryan's hearing it. I did have intentions of whisking him away at some point this snow season, and us going up to the snow for a couple of days. this was pre-COVID, obviously, and COVID kind of ruined that plans. But I did have plans to sneak him up to the snow for a couple of days because I want to see snow. Have you seen real snow? Yeah, because he lived in London, so England. So he's definitely seen snow, but I never have. But I thought that would be a really cool kind of 2-day winter getaway because we were also, the original plan was that we were going to go to Picture to Page, which was supposed to be last Saturday and Sunday in Geelong. We were going to go to Picture to Page on the Saturday, and then we were going to drive to South Australia on the Sunday, and we were going to get on the ferry, and we were going to go over from Wallaroo to Kangaroo Island. We were going to spend 4 days on Kangaroo Island, and then we were going to come back, and then I was going to go off to Planner Jam. That was the plan. The plans are not going to happen. So I'm supposed to be on Kangaroo Island right now, and I'm not, but that's okay. That's okay. Life's okay. We can deal with that. But yeah, that was one plan, and then a little bit later in the snow season, maybe in like August, I was gonna hopefully, or maybe we would have already gone, I don't know, try and snuck Ryan up there for a couple of days. So yeah, plans got jammed. Exactly. We were just ahead of the curve, that's all. Alright, I'm gonna wrap things up. Thank you for just hanging out with me while I, talked about nothing. I appreciate it. I will try and be more organised for August. It does come down a little bit for August about where footy falls, and I know that's really annoying for a lot of you guys because you don't really care about football like I care about football, but it's not just my love, it's my job, so I do watch it for other reasons other than just yelling at it. So depending on how the fixture falls, I'll work out where I'm going to put the live. I think at the moment it's penciled in for the 19th of August, which is like 4 Wednesdays from now. That's when it's penciled in, but I'll let you know. At the moment, pardon me, there's no football fixtured there, so we'll just wait and see. James, you're welcome. I felt like you needed a bit of a cheer up. So I sent James a little flipper card, which is another one you'll see pop up on Instagram really soon. Now that I know he's got it, I can put the picture up on Instagram, but that'll come up in the next couple of days, and you can see the kind of card I made from James. He'd been having a rough couple of days at work, so I thought I'd just send him something to make him smile, and by the look of it, it worked, so yay. That's my favourite reason to send cards. It's really not about anything other than just making someone smile, and birthday cards are great, and if I can get round to sending everybody birthday cards that I need to send birthday cards, I will. But there's something really cool about sending someone a card that they don't expect, just to say hello and make them smile. That's kind of a lot of fun. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, especially when I'm just talking gibberish. I will try and be better for August. I will try and be more organised for August. I've got a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of stuff in the works for August, so I will have some news for you very, very soon, which is really exciting. I'm glad it made your day, James. That's really good. So I hope you have a great weekend. Now I just see Caroline said, is there a hangout this weekend? Check out the Planner Jam Facebook page and the Facebook group, because I don't know on that one exactly. But if there is one, I'm sure that all the information will be up there, so you can go and check it out. Thanks guys so much. I'll see you again really, really soon. Sending lots and lots and lots and lots of huggles. Bye.